Hello and welcome, each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCTcentre, and with me today are two lovely ladies. Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimension of being. Morganne has been called the healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morgan is here to serve those who seek greater understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have the deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us today again is Jeanne Reina, licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington, working primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, and emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeanne sees herself as a lifetime student of growth. She continually takes classes to enhance her knowledge base. At the present, Jeanne is studying internal family systems, IFS. Please remember, if you or your family or friends are interested in personal therapy and healing, you can reach out to me, Morgan, or Jeanne for private sessions. All contact details are in description below the video. If you like what I do, please remember like, share and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. So, hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
How you been?
I'm fabulous. I'm just
I'm all over
fabulous.
the place.
Well, you can still be fabulous all over the place.
I think I am fabulous all over the place. But I have no idea I'm coming or going, what day it is, what time it is, what date it is, what year it is. It's I can work with 8 clients on a row, and each single time when I start with clients and I write down session, let's say session 15, yeah, I write down session 15, and I every single time have to look at the screen what my computer says, what date it is. Every single time, even in 8 sessions per day.
Wow.
Isn't that
So
interesting? Yeah. Yeah. We're I don't know if that's been true for you, but we're like in shifting timeline here, right? And I'm wondering if some of that is that because I don't have a concept of date or time most of the time. That's just kind of how I operate. But it's been enhanced a lot more lately because we have shifted timelines, and because we've shifted timelines, we're trying to get used to that. And it's to get our frequency also. Here, I'll go again with frequency. We got to get our frequency up into that timeline so that we can better integrate that. And actually, we're going to talk about that some today.
I actually today I had guidance obviously to follow you, but also they tell me I was speaking to now I every day speak to Galactic Federation, but I speak to Pleiadian Council of Light as well. It's always coming really together, soul family together with Galactic Federation. So, and I'm chatting with these groups, or both groups, and they've been telling them now all will speed up very rapidly.
Yep.
The, and actually been asking to, because obviously I still don't 100% believe and trust in my uh, what I'm doing, yeah, with them on my guidance, because I sort of need always somehow speak to you to actually get, okay, yes, you understand, right? That is what they are saying. Yeah, I need sort of approval from you to yes, it's right. So this time as well, they said to check on with you, yeah, about speeding up, and we all have to be prepared for all these glitches in everything, and we have to just let go and trust.
Yep. Letting go is like the operative to do. If you had one to do, I would say learn to let go, learn to become unattached, because you know that attachment, that whatever that is, that to-do-ness, that human doingness, you got to look at where that's coming from, right? And this is where the work we do is so valuable to people, is that when you look at what people are attached to, and what's that causing in their lives, right? So because when we become attached to something, we become the harmonic frequency of that something. And that should scare the bejesus out of some people, right? Because, you got to look at what you're in frequency with. So, yeah, we're going to chat about that. That's what it just said, asked me to pull up the map of consciousness this morning and begin to again, work with that so that we can share that with our listeners. But most important, so that we can become the embodiment of those frequencies so that we can transmit them in the world. And that's what's really important.
Yeah, that's what they've been saying to me as well. That every single day we have to work on picking up on our frequency, getting higher and higher, and be mostly in this 5D pure unconditional love energy.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm loving it, because right up my where I live, I've got all this glass going on, but at night I can see the constellations, and Pleiades is just like right there. And so I got my binoculars that I keep by my door, and I'm always looking at the Pleiades.
I've been quite many times getting out in my front yard in evening, yeah, when it's dark, and I literally see on top of me. I see them on top of me, and I wave, and they've been acknowledging many times that we wave back. Actually, yeah, that we see you waving at us. Yeah.
Very
It's
cool.
very strange. Sometimes it's some kind of very strange light in the sky. You can't understand what it is, and it's definitely not helicopter, and it's definitely not plane. Yeah, but that
I
is
have
different
lots of
light.
celestial, I have lots of celestial events, and you can be out there and you can talk to them. Like, you can ask them, if you see me, could you flicker? Or you can ask them. They do it. It's just it's beautiful. It's a
I
beautiful
will
thing.
ask them to pick me up and take me home.
Well,
That's
they
what
will if you're done. I don't think you're done here yet, Tig. Don't go home prematurely.
Yeah, that's what I've been telling them. That for them it's very nice watching me and helping me from above. Yeah, but try to be in my skin. It's not easy.
Yeah, all of a sudden, what you said, my brain wanted to flip that you're also watching them and you are helping them. So it's not just they are watching you and they are helping you. You are watching them and you are helping them. And the way we help them is by maintaining that frequency that they have. They've been here to teach us that frequency of unconditional love and joy and bliss and all of that. Man, humanity is sometimes so freaking stupid. Why wouldn't you want to have all that? Why wouldn't you want to embrace all that? It's because of that attachment stuff we were talking about before, right? You get attached to what you think it should be or could be, or anyway. Okay.
how my life supposed to
Jeannie just
be.
been the silent monk sitting in the background.
Yeah. I'm listening to it, and one of the things is, I mean, our minds can think about the outside world, and all the chaos that's going on and everything, and that's not helping the frequency of the planet. And so, my practice lately has been how to just being in love, and sending that energy out, because it's so needed. And instead of like me getting bombarded by the world, like the energy of the negative energy of the world, I'm trying to, getting to my own personal power and bring it out to the world. And so that's my practice these days, because it's really needed. It's really needed for myself and for the world, and so it's my practice to get into that love frequency, the universal love frequency, and just bring it out there.
I've been asked actually to more concentrate, because I usually been doing every evening. I'm putting like for night. I have this routine that I'm surrounding everybody who needs my help. I'm surrounding in beautiful cozy wozy cocoons, in beautiful light energy, and pure unconditional love energy and healing energy till morning, when we wake up, and we wake up all healthy, wealthy, happy, and blessed. Yeah. So I've been doing that for everybody who needs me. But now they actually ask me to, not only who needs me, but everybody, all planet. Yeah, they
Yeah.
ask me expand on all planet. This,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it's getting bigger and it's getting faster. And they tell me that, as usual, I'm worried about one thing, and Morgan knows this thing. And they've been telling me that it will change very soon in ways that I cannot even predict. I need just let go and trust everything will be fine and so out.
Yeah.
And
It's going to be better than fine. It's going to be amazing.
Right. But think about what you're doing, Dega. You're not letting go of that is attracting more of that into your life. And so the best we can do is let go. I mean, that's that most healthiest thing we're doing for the frequency of the planet.
yeah, so yeah, I'm working on it, but subconscious minds change. Subconscious mind is more difficult than change actually what I consciously realize. Yeah, it's going like programming subconsciously, where where ego subconsciously trying to take over. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and with all techniques, it's quite. It's not at the moment easy to go through this.
Right. And to be really transparent, I have been in that situation more than not, and I'm working with Morganne to help bring that release that frequency.
Yeah. And you think about all the all the stuff that has ever happened to us, right? Like things we know and things we don't even know. Well, we carry a vibration of that in us, and it's alive in us until we um, work with that energy to. So what I love here is this conversation of being the love in the world and being that consciousness of unconditional love. Even just doing that, it like cancels out all the other stuff, because all that other stuff is just like a tuning fork, right? Here's a tuning fork keyed to the frequency of trauma. Let's pretend that, okay? So here's a tuning fork keyed to the frequency of trauma, and every time that we strike it or think about it, we're sending that frequency out into the world. And what ends up happening, like a tuning fork, it begins to entrain with all the other tuning forks that are like that too, right? It's
Right.
crazy, but this is how it works. So you just stop dinging the trauma fork and you start going, oh, wonder what would happen if I started doing a little unconditional love. Ding. And then you start like vibrating and resonating and carrying that frequency. And what's cool about the three of us is that we have this commitment to do that, right? Like to lift our frequency. And when we do, I love that piece of scripture where it says, where two or more are gathered in my name, it shall be. So here we are talking about this frequency of love and releasing the attachments and letting go and allowing these frequencies to exist within us so that we can become the resonance of that. We're like that tuning fork, right? So when we begin to put our attention on and make that commitment to that kind of frequency, that's why I like doing it first thing in the morning when I get up, right? It's like, this is me today. I'm going to be the frequency of love. And no matter what happens, I'm going to maintain this frequency. So all kinds of stuff can happen around me. And it does. And it does. But I'm going to stay in that frequency of love. And yeah, so it's really a choice. I even think now we're kind of past that. Let me just check in. We're kind of past that. Oh, I got to make a choice, right? Now it's like, I want to do this. It's like choosing is like what you want to do. It's not like, oh, I have to choose love. It's like, no, I am love. I just am this, right? It's a shift in consciousness. And this is what they're talking about, the escalation of the frequencies, right? It comes like we don't have to work to get to it. It just is an isness. It's like it's an isness. So you can catch that and you can be in that wave of that isness. Yeah.
Can
So,
I say something?
oh yes.
So sometimes when you're having a really difficult time in life, and you have a lot of things going on that are not really good, it's hard to find that frequency. And so it's really important to, and it's easy to go down to like into a rabbit hole and not be able to find it. And so what you want to do is grasp onto something. I'm just thinking about our listeners that can't find it. So you want to grasp onto something that that you can love, like whether it's a baby or a bird or a flower or something, and sit with that and the frequency, or kittens or puppies, and sit with that frequency and try to build it and make it stronger and stronger and until you can it permeates throughout your body, because it's what's been happening is that there's so much that you're putting your attention on that's not working for you. And so we tend to, when we're in a negative spiral, continue to spiral out with that. And we are always at choice. And so where do we want to put our energy in our mind and our thoughts? And so it's good to reach out to something that brings you joy. So it's really important to know what brings you joy and where can you get into that love, that universal love. And, if you have to, write it down and hang it up. Something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I say print out the map of consciousness, hang that up.
Yeah.
Hey, I yesterday, so I've been house and critter sitting, one of my very favorite things to do for the last few days. So yesterday I decided I had this idea of something I wanted to eat. And so I had to go drive to it. Right. So, but I was committed. There was something that was collard greens and catfish. I'm so from the South. It's like, man, I knew I was like 10 miles away from this place that has catfish and collard greens, and I was hell bent on getting those. So I get out and I decide I'm going to take the scenic route because it's very beautiful around where I was staying. And lo and behold, there is like construction on this road. Like the road is torn up and they got the big equipment and all of that. And, you know, and it was like in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm on an adventure because I didn't know what was going to happen. Right. So I'm creeping along in this line, and of course the little guy with the stop sign comes up right in front of me, right when I'm about ready to, and I go, well, isn't this fun? And I'm just sitting there, and like I don't know, they're filling up some big hole in the ground, and I'm just like watching what they're doing. And the guy with the stop sign now is starting to engage with me, and he's trying to get my attention. And it was just, we laughed. It was like, he was like looking at the time. He goes, yeah. And he's just laughing and I'm laughing and we're having a good time. And I could have taken, back in the old days, that might have really ticked me off that I was, you know, I'm the one that they stopped, right? But it was just joyous and fun. And, it's a mindset, you know, it's how you choose to live your life. Outside experiences don't, and they should not dictate how we feel and how we respond or react. But unfortunately, it has been that way for a very long time, where people, the validation of who they are is from the outside rather than from the inside. Can I show my map of consciousness now?
Of course. You do not have to ask permission, you know.
Oh, I know that. I know that. And I just want to be open and free flowing in the conversation. So present. Okay. Share screen. Okay. I shouldn't be talking through this. I should know how to do this.
That's no matter. None of us are professionals, and those viewers who are watching us on regular basis, they know that we are. How do you want? You want only this map to be on?
This what?
You only want all screen full of map, maybe, so people can see more in detail.
I don't know. Can you see this pretty good?
No, we only see parts of it. Yeah.
Right. Because I blew it up a little bigger so we could like look at it. Right. So this is the bottom.
I make all screen, Morganne, now with the map.
Okay.
So.
All right. Perfect. So this is the levels of consciousness chart, also called the map of consciousness. And we're going to go through this just briefly. In terms of this conversation we're having, this is so important. We're going to start at the bottom and we're going to work our way up, because, you know, what Jeanne was talking about with, you know, if you're not feeling joy or love or whatever, you know, sit with a kitten or sit with an idea of a child or a baby or whatever that can stimulate this. And what I love about this is that you can now look, well, what's bigger, what's higher than what I'm going through right now. So some people may still be in this fear dimension. And I've got it right here where on the left-hand side, you'll see where it says fear. And you can even have that in that fourth dimension of consciousness. You see where you see the red here, it even bleeds into that. Fear can get into that. So what we're doing, remember in Course in Miracles, we talk about what is the opposite of fear? Love. Right? So right. The opposite, it's the opposite of fear. So if love is the opposite of fear, then love is what we want to try to move our energy toward. And in this map, what it shows us is a way of moving our energy. Even if you're at the very bottom of, well, if you're at death, I guess you're kind of out of the capacity to be able to move any energy, since your energy is not in the human form, is not moving. In the spiritual form, it goes on, but we won't go there today. So say something happens and you get a wave of shame. Anybody here ever have a wave of shame come over them? More than once. Okay, so let's look at that shame. That's deeply entrenched in fear for the first part, and it calibrates at 20. Well, death is 0, right? So that's the energy level of it, 20. So a feeling you may have is humiliation. You may feel and experience miserableness. So, and what happens is that if we're in this, so you can see from death to apathy, there's a chunk there where it says take action. So in this death to apathy piece, think about when you've ever been there, and invite the audience just to briefly think about when you've ever felt shame, guilt, apathy. Just feel into that, what it feels like. And now stop doing that so you're not in training with that frequency. But you know that feeling, and you can get it when it just like shows up all of a sudden out of a random thing, because sometimes those things will just show up out of there. So what do? You come into, I can take action with this. I can overcome this fear. I can move this energy. Think about this in terms of energy and not as an isness, right? Shame is an energy. Guilt is an energy. Apathy is an energy. It's all energy. It's low, slow, hard to get out of energy, but it's just energy. So I'm gonna scroll up to the top so you can see what I'm talking about here. When I'm talking about the dimension and the vibration, that's over here on the left, the levels of consciousness, the energetic frequency. Then when we're going to get to the key to transcending to the next level. Okay, this is so important, everybody. The key to transcending to the next level. Now I'm going to scroll down here so you can see the whole state. So what's the key to get out of shame, guilt, and apathy?
Take action.
Take action. So do something like what Jeanne said. If you have a comfort thing, grab that comfort thing. If you don't have a comfort thing, take a walk. You know, taking a walk is a wonderful way to start moving your body. Start moving the energy. So we look at that word emotion is energy in motion. But when we're in this shame, guilt, apathy, we're not in motion. We become stuck and slow, and we move our energy within, and you know, like we hang on to it. Talk about attachment. Talk about not letting go. This is the perfect time to take that action of called, I let go. I let this go. I let this energy go and realize it's just energy. And when we realize it's just energy, and if we take an action, we can change that stuck energy into emotion, to energy in motion. So I'm going to go back up to, I wish I could have done this on a big, I can't. Let me just do this, see if I can get it. I think you guys can see the whole thing if I do this. Can you see this okay if I do it like this?
Not full of it. We still missing like bottom. At the moment, we're still missing like bottom part of it.
Okay, you're not going to see the you're not going to see the full of it because it's too big and my computer's too small. But I can do this a lot easier. Okay, so that's the key to transcending to the next level. Take action, right? There's your to-do right there. Take some action. Go for a walk. Pick up some lovey thing that you can shift your energy with. Now, what will we experience if we get that, right? We get this in action. We get all this, out of body experience, near death experience, possession states, unconsciousness. And that's in the category of all hell. Who's been in hell here? We've all been in hell. We've, but you don't have to stay. You don't have to hang out in it. And that's what we're trying to teach here is that, yeah, these things are going to come up. It's part of the human condition. It's part of us, what we came here to learn. So when we're in this lower frequency here, get out, take action, take a walk, do something that will help you not stay in that energy. Call one of us or call somebody beautiful that you can be with and say, hey, I'm stuck, help me get out, right? So there's lots of ways. Make a game plan on how you plan on doing that. So now I want to move. Are there any questions from Dega or Jeanne around that, or anything you want to add to this piece?
No, not for me. From me, I understand all this.
Yes, so do I.
Okay, great. Okay, great. I think I'm good. Okay, well, hang on a second.
So Morganne?
She probably went to grab something. Please, guys, if you want some help
Sorry, I had to go
or change something, please
say that again.
I'm saying while you've been away, if somebody wants more understand all this and wants help with change, please contact us. Our contact details below the video, so you can contact each of us and get advice from us.
Yeah, get out of hell, people. We're here to help you until you can help yourself, and then you can help others. Yes, Jeanne?
So I know people, like, this is a lot to take in. So I'm wondering, where do you find this on the internet?
You can Google Map of Consciousness, and you can find a bazillion of them.
Okay.
Hawkins Map of Consciousness, I was Googling, and I get
it. David Hawkins Map of Consciousness.
Okay.
But another thing, what I find, when you finish, then I have a little bit more. I find one research when I was looking at it, what I want to say about it.
Okay. Do you want to say that now?
I can, but I think you haven't finished explaining all yet.
Yeah, well, what I want to explain is, and if you can find this particular levels of consciousness chart, it's really good because at the top you can see what it is, but now you can see, what's the key to transcending to the next level. That's what we want to know, right? Because sometimes we get stuck in that. It's like, that's why I say everybody print this out, look at it. Like, you don't want to be stuck in that negative blah, blah, blah energy. No one wants to be there. No one goes, I'm going to get up this morning and just see how miserable I can possibly be. Nobody does that. But people do wake up miserable. They're not choosing to be miserable, but they're attached to it. And it gives them something. But that's when you need to come and call me or Jeanne or Dega and say, help, get me out of this. Okay, so now we're going to move up. So we've moved through shame, guilt, and apathy by taking some action. And now, what's the next highest that we can come to? Well, we got grief and fear and desire. And it's so weird that grief and fear are higher than shame and guilt, but they are. So if you can get to a little bit of grief, well, okay, keep going. If you can get to fear and you can feel that fear, keep going. So what is it that how do you overcome fear? You overcome fear by taking action. How do you overcome desire? I am worthy. So we can just go up all this chart. And it is a lot to take in, and I should just teach an entire class on this and how to get in this. And we don't have time for that today. But I'm just wanting to help people understand that there's always a pathway for moving up higher in consciousness. So when you're in that third, on the left-hand side, you see all that third dimensional energy. That's where all that from death to courage lies, right? Courage is where we start turning. Everything begins to turn once we get into that place of courage. And courage is of the heart. That's that core, that it takes that heart energy to move to that. And that's where you start feeling and experiencing appreciation, where you become affirmative in your life. And you're starting to move into this place called happiness. It's like this whole energy is starting to move up. But how did you get there? You got there by taking some action. You got there by moving your energy up. And as we go into the fourth dimension here, we got, courage is where it starts. That's like the gateway, the doorway, neutrality, willingness, acceptance. And all of that moves us in this in-between place between that hell state and our paradise or heaven state, right? This is like that middle. This is where we're doing all the real work in here, where we're accepting, we're becoming willing, we're really tuning ourselves to our purpose. We're using positive energy. We're affirming that we're worthy. But you see, all of that, that's our work, right? That's our pathway to come to that highest state of consciousness. And as we work in that, as we keep moving up, we develop something called a super mind. And then we can come into transcendence. Now, this is the new humanity consciousness. This is where we are right now. And this is where a great deal of humanity has evolved to, and they're continuing to evolve now. So this new humanity consciousness is inner love, inner wisdom, inner light, and reason. So think about that. Inner love, inner wisdom, not love that you get from the outside. This is love that's generated from the inside. And this is where we develop reverence, right? We develop reverence. And I love this one. So the view of life becomes benign. You'll know you're there when your view of life, you just look at it and go, there's no energy on it. It's like things can't hook onto you to make you feel shame or blame or grief or sad. You become, it's like that energy is not, it doesn't trigger it anymore. You're benign. It's not active. It's a nothingness, which I love, because when you are in the presence of something going on, you are still at peace with yourself. You have that sense within yourself of calm and peace, even though you're in the midst of something that's going on. And as healers, we have to be there because we can't entrain to our clients' upsets or misery or low frequency. We must maintain that's higher. So this whole new humanity consciousness is all about developing that inner love, that inner wisdom, which develops reverence in our world. And when we are there, we move now into our higher mind. And when I'm doing my work, I'm always moving into that higher mind. I want to be guided by the higher mind, our highest self. You certainly wouldn't want to be guided by anything lower than that, right? Because if you look down there, those are things you don't want to entrain with. But developing this new humanity consciousness is so important right now. And that's the area I wanted us to focus on today. And, we can go up higher, of course, in the levels of consciousness. Do practice going up there. Do look where you are. Honestly, go, where am I today? Look at this, go like, where am I today? Am I in joy? Am I in peace? Or am I in fear? Or am I angry? What's going on? And then use this map to help you navigate those energies, those feelings, those emotions, so that you can move into a your more natural state. So, and then as we look from beyond the new humanity consciousness, we move into that ninth dimension where there's oneness and joy, and then the I am presence, and then the enlightenment, and then you move up into the 12th dimension, which is full consciousness, ineffable, where it's just not describable. It's just this, this sense of all. I think for me, it's like this sense of all is well. All is well, and it's not like an energy of this is not good, this is not bad. There's no duality like that. It's just an isness, and it's all good. So, any comments on this chart from Jeannie or Daga before I come off of this?
No, I'm fine. I understand.
Yes, I'm fine too. I understand.
Okay, perfect. And then I'm just going to stop this share then.
This is a great chart. I've seen many, and I like this one the best.
I do too. This is that chart for me is like it's a toolbox, right? And I'll see. Is there any way we could attach something in here for people? I don't know. I know on YouTube you can do that.
What I can suggest that you can look up how you can cut even from videos. I find very helpful that you can cut out things from videos. Just stop, you watching videos, stop and cut out, and you will get this map.
Okay, well, try that, people. I don't know about that. So, but anyway, using, I mean, here we are on this dense planet. I mean, like, look what we got thrust into, right? But actually, we said we could do it. We said we could do it.
I don't remember that.
We said we could do it, and so we're here. We're not. Daga's not convinced now. No,
I'm not convinced. I've been sober at that time when I signed the contract. I've probably been heavily drunk.
The party queen. So yeah, so no, we came here, we knew we could do this, and so we're here, we're doing it. That's why we don't only just live it, we teach it, right? We're out here helping others become this and helping them transcend those lower densities, which the thing is, and you can check in with our Pleiadian people, our starseed brothers and sisters. Humanity we are a miracle. We are like, we have within us a consciousness that many species can't get to, right? We have a remembering of our connection to source. We have that. We have the capacity to communicate with source, but we have forgotten, and that could be through religiosity or whatever, but the more we become aligned with who we truly are, The more we do that, the more we'll start remembering who we are. So staying in that love frequency, in that new humanity. I mean, look at that. What a beautiful consciousness we've moved into in this age of Aquarius, right? Um, we even in the systems of the star systems, we are now, it's like we're taking a beautiful excursion now into a higher consciousness. We're already there. Some people are going to try and latch on to the old consciousness, and that's where they need to help to let go, to just let go.
Yeah.
I've just
And
rattled today.
something what I want to just add, what I find um, when I was looking for a map of consciousness, I find some research what was done far from the map of consciousness. And this research actually is saying so many people, when I don't know how it is when you're doing sessions, but in my sessions, so many people are telling, that's what I'm thinking, doesn't matter. Yeah, I anyway can't impact anyone. I can't, what I thinking, what I'm doing doesn't impact anyone if I, let's say, don't do harm to them, or even if I don't do anything positive to them, still it's not impacting anyone. Yeah. And here I find something which is research actually proves that you can impact even without communicating with anyone. Yeah. So here is, we just talk about those measurements. Yeah. Let's say courage 200. Yeah. Willingness 310. Yeah. So even if you are on a minimum vibrating at 300, yeah, from Dr. Hawkins' map of consciousness, it's counterbalances your vibrating on 300, counterbalances 19,000 individuals below the level of 200. You counterbalance
That's right.
19,000.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
And the more we lift our consciousness, we affect more people. Right?
exactly.
Yep. And that's because we become entrained. We're that frequency of, like, that unconditional love that is within us, that we're developing, and that inner love. We become the frequency of that, and then we're like these. Well, I love the idea of the tuning forks. We're these tuning forks out in the world, like we're just shining our love, right? It's just like you just like, the last month around where I live, people have been really down in the face. Their person didn't win on the election, and like they've taken that all in. And I just like, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you no matter what, right? And bring your energy back. Please bring your bring your energy back. Don't give it to this. Um, People will do what they're doing, but in the presence of it all, I'm not going to entrain with that energy. I'm going to love them more. I'm it's, I got to be the counterbalance, I guess. I don't know, but it's like I want to love them even more so that they feel the love. I remember, like, when my mom came to live with me after Hurricane Katrina. I had a lot of issues with my mom, and I won't go into it, but a lot of issues with this person. And I'd done a lot of work. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's the only reason I could really let her in. So before she got to me, she's like, okay, God, okay, I'm gonna get my mom. Oh my God. Okay, what do I want this experience to be? And so I made a commitment right then, before she even came, that I wanted my mom to know and experience love. And so I did everything I was what that was so that she could know and experience love. And it was so powerful. I mean, like I look at what's happened in my family, it's this consciousness of love that's gathering us more together so that we get to, it's like, it's like when you dedicate yourself to love, then love happens around you. And that's just the way it is. And I know it's 10:24, so I want to quick do a little bit consciousness meditation if everybody's okay with it.
Last week very much missed this.
Oh yeah, boy, my internet was messed up, but I think we're all good now. All right, everybody. Okay, so I'm just going to ask everybody, just close your eyes and come inside yourself. Just block out the world for a moment, except for my voice. Take a breath in. And just let your body relax on the breath out. Let it just drop into relaxation. And then just come to your natural breathing and ask yourself the question, what's alive in me right now? What is alive in me right now? What is the dominant energy within me right now? If it's fear, just say what it is. Oh, there you are, fear. If it's shame, yeah, here you go. There's some shame. Just identify it. Take a breath in. And as you identify where you are, what's alive in you right now, maybe what's alive in you is unconditional love. Wherever you are, challenge yourself to go, what is possible beyond this? Here we go with that. What else is possible here? What else is possible? If I'm feeling shame or guilt, well, what else is possible? What else could I feel here? I'm going to invite you to use that phrase, well, what else is possible here? So that it helps you not get attached to the frequency you're feeling. Take a breath in. And imagine that you are all, everyone who hears this, and even those who don't hear it, but are in your frequency range. What if we were all at that level of unconditional love, that inner love? I want us to imagine that. So the way we imagine that is come inside yourself. Cultivate that inner love. Remind yourself, I love me. Wow, look at everything I've ever been through, and I love me. Look what I'm capable of. Just bring yourself to love. I love myself. I love myself. And one way you can do this is you just say it over and over for a while. I love myself. You can look in the mirror and look at yourself. I love me. I love myself. I love everything I've ever been through. I love myself. I love myself even through all those relationships I've had. I love myself. I love myself even in the hard childhood I have had. I love myself. I love myself even in all of the mistakes I've ever made. I love myself. And I invite everyone every day to move into this awareness of this inner love. Because if you cannot love yourself, you cannot love another. Doesn't work that way. You can pretend to love another or love people, but you can't until you become the harmonic resonance of that inner love. Take a breath in. And now I'm going to just be quiet for a moment, and I'm going to invite everyone to just move right into your heart space and invite love in. And as we continue to let love in, the cells of our body, the blood of our body, the bones of our body begin to resonate with this love. I want you for a moment to just experience that. Take a breath in. I love myself, and let the cells respond. The more that we focus on this love that is within us, the more our entire beingness will begin to resonate with that. I love me. I love my thoughts. I love my feelings. I love my life. I love me. I love all the choices I've ever made because they all brought me here. I love me. And when you have an opportunity to come to a mirror, in fact, we can imagine a mirror right now. Imagine a mirror right in front of you, a beautiful one that you're looking into. And as you're looking into that mirror, look into the eyes. Look into your eyes. Deep, deep into your eyes are the windows of your soul. I love you. I love you. And then imagine that the image that is looking back at you is saying, I love you. I love you. Take a breath in. Let the image of the mirror go. Come into your heart. Take a conscious breath into your heart. And I'm so grateful that we have had this conversation this day as we all together continue to lift our frequency, as we are the new humanity that is awake and aware and connected to this frequency of love. I am so grateful for the work that has been done here this day. Work. Loving is not work. It might be work for some, but loving, isn't that beautiful? I'm so grateful that we can be in this conscious resonance of this love, and that love comes from us. Love moves through us. Love comes back to us, and we become a toroidal experience of giving and receiving love. And for that, I'm so grateful that our world is moving in this direction. I am so grateful that I accepted the call to come here and do this and be this with us all together. I'm so grateful that we have all accepted this call of coming into this resonance of love, awakening, and remembering who we really are. And so in love and light, I bless us all. And so it is. And come back.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeannie, is that something what you would like to say?
I'm just so grateful for having this time, and you know, helping to get into this frequency of love. It's so beautiful, and I love you both, and I love the people listening, and it's fabulous.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, both of you. That I love you both, and I love everybody who is listening and who will be listening. And we, from all our hearts, really wish you listen all our shows, because there is so much knowledge, so much wisdom, which
Hey, there
will
are 89 of them. 89 shows.
Yes, today is 89. Today is
Wow.
89. I didn't want anything mentioned because next time is 90, so that will be celebration.
Yeah.
And
On
I think
100, we got to have a party.
on 100 we have a party, yeah. So next time actually I think will be 19, so that will be the last show before Christmas. So yeah, we'll have 90 show and show before Christmas. So that will be nice. So thank you everybody who are watching our shows. Please like, share, subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channel, so our show will get more recognized and more people can share this knowledge far. Thank you very much for watching, and God bless.